Good morning, yogis. The pose of the day is Virasana, and I'm going to show you how this pose is done. Now, if you're able to sit back on your heels, bending the knees, some of you may have some knee issues that prevent you from doing this pose, but what you can do is get a block or a rolled towel under here that will lift you, so that will create space in between the back thigh and the calf, and you'll be able to stay up. Now the Virasana pose, here it is from the side, and I'll show it to you from the front, which is like this, but I'm going to go back to the side so that you see. And there are variations to all of the poses. So in this pose, you can place your hands beside you, you can press the fingers down, take a breath, rise up through the lower tailbone chakra area all the way up to the back of the head, and just begin to lengthen through the spine. You're lengthening the whole entire spine. As you breathe, you're expanding in the rib cage. So what's really happening here is you're creating this sort of little movement. You see this? It's a rock, back and forth. And when you go back, you're rounding, you're flexing the spine. Then you come forward, you're shifting to the front sit bones, and you are lengthening the spine. So there's flexion and extension of the spine in almost every pose in yoga because they counterbalance one another. So I'm going to do this rock here, and I'm going to acknowledge and bring some attention to the lower back area here, where a lot of people get those discs that come together, the slip disc or the discs that tend to, or even here in the area of the piriformis where they kind of experience what we call sciatica down the leg. So here we are. I'm going to stay rounded and I'm going to rock. And then in one moment I'm going to bring the hands back, staying rounded. Now here, when you're rounded, you want to also round the neck. So bring the chin level here with the top of the neck. When you're extended, you're looking straight ahead. You're not moving the head up or down. You're just looking straight ahead. You're pulling the shoulder blades down away from the neck because they tend to hike up in the neck. And this is the Virasana pose. So beside it working your spine, you're also lengthening here in the quadriceps and the backs of the hamstrings. So again, opening, bringing the palms together behind you, and then we can come down into a child pose with this. Bring the hands to the side or straight up. And then sliding back and into the rock again. Rock. One more variation with this. Turn the toes up. You're pressing into the toes. Your gluteus muscles are leaning onto the heels of the foot, of both feet, and here you go again with this rock. Now you're pressing into the toes, so you may feel a little bit, or a lot of pain actually. When do you ever bend your toes? Are your toes flexible? Women would have more of an issue with this because they wear high heels and things of that nature. Men are a little more flexible in the toes because they wear more flat shoes. So ladies, get on this one. And it's also good for the lower pelvic floor because it creates an opening in here. And again, if you put the rock, then once you're out of that and you feel the edge, you're at your edge now, come back, take the toes, wiggle, and then sit back on those heels. Namaste. Yoga for the day, that yoga pose for the day is called Virasana.